I helped a regular guy lose 28 pounds of pure fat in just 90 days using 3 steps. And today I'm going to show you exactly what we did. You might think it's impossible to get shredded that fast, but as former UFC physical therapists, where fighters literally had to punch each other in the face, that's all they did. They have to cut weight to do that. They have to cut weight perfectly. And so I discovered what actually works for regular people. And most people miss these 3 steps, which is why 80% of people actually fail. So let me show you the exact plan that we did and what we use. The honest truth is it's really not that complicated. In the end, it's just about using science and data. Most people stop right before their body actually changes. So let's dive right into the 3 steps. The first thing we need to do is fix your timeline. This is where everyone goes wrong. I spent years making this mistake myself. I'd start a diet, work hard for 2 weeks, I'd check my stomach in the mirror, see no abs, and then I quit. I'd think, dude, this is not working. I have to try something else. I was just stuck in this frustrating cycle for years. And you might think it's that same cycle that you're on right now. And you probably tried dieting before, you saw initial results, then nothing changed in your stomach, so you quit. Or it became way too restrictive. But here's what actually worked working with the UFC and working with UFC fighters who had to lose fat based off a specific timeline. Your body has a fixed pattern for losing fat, and it's probably not what you expect. Your body will burn fat from your face, neck, and chest and your back first. Only after that, then it's going to start working on your stomach. That means you might be dieting for weeks and see 0 changes in the area that you actually care about the most. This was a huge game changer for me. Once I understood this pattern, everything really changed because instead of just checking my stomach every single day, I started looking for progress in other places first. First I started looking at my face, I started getting a little bit more lean, my arms became a little more defined, clothes started feeling a little bit better on my shoulders. These were all signs that the process was actually working, even though my stomach wasn't changing all that much yet. The biggest mistake you're probably making, and I made this for years, is quitting right before the good part starts. That's why I need to show you exactly how to create a caloric deficit that actually works. Point number 2, you need to master your diet. Your diet is what forces your body to burn fat for energy. This only happens when you're in a calorie deficit. Eating less food than your body needs every single day. But here's where I messed up for years. I tried to be super perfect with my diet. Then I'd cave and then I'd binge eat. I'd go out on the weekend and it's game over. Monday, start all over again. Let me share what actually worked for me and now works for all my clients. Number 1 is fix your environment. I could never walk past cookies at home for some reason. Like every time I walk by a jar, I'm just going to eat a bunch of them. So let's start to set you up with success by first removing all the trigger foods from your house. For me, it's all the cookies. Put all your high calorie snacks in super hard to reach places, like either all the way up where you need like a ladder or something like that, or just hide it somewhere. Number 2 is turn off the TV when you eat. Did you know that eating in front of the TV is one of the biggest signs you're going to struggle with weight gain? When you eat, just focus on your food. Now, here's the most powerful food for fat loss. Protein. When you eat enough protein, your body protects your muscle and burns more fat instead. The magic number for protein is 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. If you weigh 180 pounds, that's around 144 grams of protein each and every single day. This is what 30 grams of protein looks like from different foods. Have one with each meal to hit your part. So honestly, for me, the secret that I discovered about food choices is this. Researchers ranked 38 foods based off of how full they keep you. Potatoes, oats, lean meats, apples, oranges ranked the absolute highest. Processed foods, however, like white rice, cereal, chips, pastries, it's ranked all the way bottom. So here's the rule that changed everything for me. 80% of the time, eat filling, nutritious whole foods, plenty of vegetables. The other 20%, just treat yourself. This could be an example of what a full day of eating might actually look like. You got protein pancakes for breakfast, you got salmon, potatoes for lunch, you got chicken and veggies for dinner, and you got Greek yogurt with fruit for dessert. All for just 2,100 calories. Even with these healthier options, most people still eat too many calories. So what I want you to try to do for the first week is track your food. Just see if you're hitting your targets. Now, without the right exercise approach, you might lose weight, but you still might look a little soft. So let me show you how this actually works. In order for us to find the right exercise approach, scientists recently ranked different exercise methods for fat loss. The winner lifting weights while being in a calorie deficit. When I first tried to get lean, I made the huge mistake of just doing a bunch of cardio. Like, I lost a lot of weight for sure. You're going to lose a lot of weight, but there's tons of people that can lose 20, 30, 40, even 50 pounds, but still look really soft and skinny. Lifting weights, however, tells your body to keep the muscles on while burning fat. That's how you get that toned, athletic look. But don't just hit the gym, then sit around all day. The biggest mistake that I see is people unconsciously moving less as they diet. So what you can actually do instead is start to track your daily steps. Build your way up to at least 7,000 steps as your baseline and keep consistent with this. With these first 3 steps, you should lose around 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week. But sticking with it for months, that's the hard part. That's why I created 3 consistency tricks that's helped thousands of my clients literally succeed when they want to quit. The first one is actually the power of 60%. When scientists studied people who are trying to lose weight, they found something pretty cool. The group that followed their diet around 60% of the time, not 100%, lost the most amount of fat. So why is that? That's super interesting. So instead of trying to be perfect, hit your goals 4 to 5 days a week. This changes everything for me because I stopped feeling guilty about the occasional treats and started focusing on consistency. The second trick is about taking strategic breaks. Imagine driving across country without stopping. You'd completely burn out. That sounds terrible. This is the exact same thing with dieting. That's why I now look at diet breaks, a week or 2 where I eat about 500 calories more. This is not a free-for-all, but it gives you mental space for you to recharge. Personally, for me, every single time I go through a calorie deficit, I typically take a break after 8 to 12 weeks of dieting. And it's been a huge game changer for me and a lot of my clients. A lot of my clients have just struggled with their weight loss. So the third trick goes back to understanding your body's stages of fat loss. Most people quit right before they see results in their stomach. Remember how I told you your body loses fat from your face, chest, and arms first? Until your stomach actually starts changing, track progress in those other areas. So what you can actually do is you can take weekly photos of everything, your face, how your clothes fit, take measurements from your chest and your arms. These will change first and prove that the plan is working. You have certainty in the process. Even when your stomach isn't really changing all that much, once I started doing this, I finally stopped quitting because I'm starting to see results that I've been chasing for years. I've created a free training that breaks down everything: the meal plan, the workout schedule, how to track your progress the right way using a DEXA scan. This is not generic advice. This is the exact system that I developed working with UFC fighters, elite level athletes who need guaranteed results. So if you're interested, just click the link in the description to get instant access to the free training. Sorry guys, you now have the exact 3-step system to get absolutely shredded. So follow it, trust the process, you're gonna get guaranteed result. Hit that subscribe button for more science-based tips around fitness that actually works. Thanks for watching, guys.